Hello and good afternoon. My name is Carson and I'm here at Next Gen Finance. And today we're going to be talking about what happened with the crypto market today. It was insane. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow the channel for more. And let's get right to it. Now, Bitcoin, I wanted to show you this. I thought this was crazy today. So looking at exactly what happened here, look, we just broke down, this was an hour and a half ago, we just broke through that $30,000 level for one Bitcoin. And just to give you some contrast, 7 days ago, we were sitting at, 39, just shy of, I don't think we broke it, so just shy of $40,000. So Bitcoin is down 9.26%, last 7 days, 20%. Okay. Now Ethereum also getting wrecked pretty badly here. Let's see what it got down to. $2,200. I haven't seen these levels since all the way back in July of last year. That's not even the craziest of what we've seen today. So we saw Terra Luna was somewhere right around here. Well, it's all the way down here. So it actually dropped 24 hours, 45%, okay? Last 7 days, 59.8%, okay? It got absolutely, one sec, I gotta change the camera for this. I gotta go. Absolutely obliterated. As you can see here, actually you can't see. Now you can see. Terra uses an algorithm to make sure that it stays pegged to $1, but obviously not, as we are super far off. Let's see how far it got. Oh my gosh. How horrible does that look? Personally, I am invested in Bitcoin. That is the vast majority of my portfolio. Obviously, I did have some Ethereum, but was hedging that position actually with a smaller SOL position, much smaller than my Bitcoin position. Yeah, that feels really good being down, 15%. Yes, we are not back up to these highs. That would be beautiful. That would be fun. That would be great. A lot of people are kind of calling for this pump. There's a lot of things happening on the macro side, especially in regards to the US and Canadian housing market, and that will be a different video coming. But now let's talk about those 3 things you got to do, okay? Of 9% of Bitcoin in a day. Yes, that is significant. The number one lesson here is understand what you are invested in, and you should not hold it if you do not have conviction in it. If you understand why you're investing into something, you understand the volatility and the risk associated with that investment. If you are really looking at making an investment and not a speculative decision, you're going to plan. And I'm going to say that again. We'll make a plan. Okay, and if you don't, this is a great reminder, have a plan. Make a plan. Okay? Make a plan. Make a plan. Know what you're investing into. If I want to invest into Bitcoin, okay, I go, wow, my buddy told me that Bitcoin is the best thing out there. I want to invest into it. If I have $10,000, which most of us don't. This is not financial advice. None of this is financial advice. This is entertainment and for entertainment purposes only. If I have $10,000 and my friend says to go invest in Bitcoin, do you think I should go and put all $10,000 of that into Bitcoin, wherever it is in that peak, that chart? Probably not a good idea. Know what you're investing into, okay? Understand if it's even an investment. Oh, did it freeze on me? I think it froze on me. Why'd you freeze on? Oh, it's because I got this plugged in. And just guess if we put it here, if we put it here, or if we put it here, or if we buy here. No. You want to know why? Because that's called timing the market, and we do not do that, okay? We don't time the market. If you can get it right here, I just learned that you can do this today with the Remarkable. If you get it right here, that's phenomenal. But if you get it here, and it goes to here, it feels really, really, really bad. Number 2, stick to your plan. If the rationale is the same, and you still believe in this hard money, put quotes around that, because that can actually go into so many other things as well. I suggest you go look up Michael Saylor and go and take some time to explore some of his content. I think you'd find a lot of value in that if you want to learn more about what digital energy is. They can't print it into oblivion, kind of like what's going on right now. Now, if that rationale for Bitcoin still exists, then it shouldn't matter if it's at 65,000 or 20,000. Shouldn't matter, right? The rationale is still the same. Stick to your plan above all else. Okay, it doesn't matter. You need to reevaluate this. If something changes on a fundamental level, if something like that happened, if $500,000 of Bitcoin just appeared, and there was something happened with that, all of a sudden your rationale has changed, your hypothesis, your thesis on why this is a good investment and what your expected return on investment is over that period. If you have no idea what you're investing into with your expected return on investment from it, or what your risk to reward ratio is, it doesn't need to be a full ratio, like going into the math of it, but really pay attention to, if you have a portfolio, you need to be managing it in such a way that you're expecting and excited about big crashes, and you are not going, you're not paycheck to paycheck, unable to put money away into these things when they do crash. If you're panicking right now, if you are fearful, and you're not able to put in additional money, this goes right into point number 3 here in a sec. But if you're panicking and getting concerned, all the more reason for you to look at yourself and say, do I actually firmly believe in this? And understand what your stop loss should be at. If you got in at 30,000, you go, I don't really believe in this, but my buddy's telling me to, and I think it's going to triple. Maybe put a stop loss in at 25,000. Imagine investing into something like Terra Luna, and you were down 60%, and you were just getting absolutely obliterated. Okay, if you bought into this, and you just got absolutely obliterated, how do you think that feels? That feels horrible, absolutely horrible. Okay, we don't want that to be the case. We really don't. So we're going to try to do it a little bit better than that. Understand your rationale, and if something changes, for example, when we're talking about how Luna has this algorithmic stablecoin that should keep this always within right around that dollar range, and it comes off its peg. In fact, it's come off its peg before. I'm not sure if any of these other ones have come off their, majorly come off their peg. Let's see, is there any crazy spikes here? Ooh, 3 cents down and 5 cents up. Okay, so 8% kind of margin there. Okay, but we've never had those disconnects, like going back to Terra USD. Let's go to all time. See these? That's a 15% off prior to this. That's something to be aware of, to understand that these things can change. Okay, let's go to, let's go to Tether. Okay, that's 9 cents. That's a 9 cents drop off. 16 cents variability in Tether over the course of its life. And let's go back to UST. Let's go to, all time, which is only from 2020. Here we're down to 85 cents. So that's 15. 15, we're up 4. So that's a 19% difference right there. Okay, 19, so 3% more than what was that, Tether? This is concerning in this shorter time span, is having a lot of volatility. Maybe I should price that in stablecoins decouple. If something happens with it, what happens if there's a ton of buying pressure or a ton of selling pressure on something? What happens? If you don't know, if you don't understand those metrics, and you're setting yourself up to get absolutely wrecked. That's why you do it with a small amount of money, not enough that you should lose. I'm invested in Solana, and we kind of just see it just bleeding out. Okay, I invested at a higher dollar value. I think it was I think my average was 150 or something was my buy. And for the money that I have in Solana, I look at it and say, okay, well, has my fundamental thesis changed? No. Okay. Well, we had a recent outing that definitely, okay, maybe I want to be reevaluating this. But
Otherwise, is there a lot of dev activity on it? Is there a lot of stuff going on with Solana? Have I used Solana? Do I have have I actually been in these different ecosystems that I'm invested in? Yes, because if you're not in the ecosystem, you can read all these things that you want about it. Say you're investing in Apple, right? And you are planning on investing in Apple for the long term, but you've never interacted with an Apple product or service. It gives you a more holistic view by understanding what it actually feels like for the user. You understand the limitations of what it can and cannot do, what its phone quality is like, what are the things that just absolutely drive people wild about it in comparison to not. If you don't have that understanding, well, it doesn't give you a whole lot to work with, right? It gives you a more holistic view of what you're going into if you actually use it. So
number 3, buy more. When it's down, buy more. If your rationale has not changed, it goes down, buy more. Now, do not over leverage. Much happier. Oh, I messed up my hair now. Oh, I gotta figure out which way it goes, I guess. Do not over leverage yourself. If you need this money for anything, if you're pulling off a credit card at a 19.99% interest, if you're pulling off a line of credit to go and invest, I think we've all been there at some point where we either use some money on a credit card or money that we should have used for something else, and we did something stupid with it. Maybe we invested, maybe we bought something we shouldn't have, and whatever that is, you need to really take a moment and consider that. Am I going to need this? If you have money sitting on the side, that reserve for yourself, and not an emergency fund, but an investment reserve, to say, okay, you know what, here's my $100 a month that I'm putting into Bitcoin, here's my $100 a month I'm putting into S&P 500 index, maybe a SPY or something like that, or the TSX, and here's $100 that maybe I'm putting towards maybe a down payment on a home, or preferably like a rental or something like that, or this $100 I'm using to put towards growing out my business or a YouTube channel or something like that. That you're diversifying where those things are, but in the short term, if you're thinking about this and stressing about this every single day, especially when markets are like this today, you're overinvested. You're way too into it. You should be able to sit back, buy more, only if your rationale still makes sense. Stick to your plan. So that's all I got for you today. Comment down below how it felt today. How are your portfolios feeling? Is this something where you're sitting back nice and easy, or are you stressing? Are you over stressing? Let's hear what you guys have to say. So thanks so much, and chat soon.